Today, we continue the Prepping for Next Season series, not by talking about prepping for gear or prepping for COVID-19 restrictions, but we're talking about prepping oneself on the Ski-Rex Media Podcast. How we doing, everybody? Tim from Ski-Rex Media once again, continuing the Prepping for Next Season series of episodes as Season 2 gets underway. Episode 3, although Episode 4 may or may not be, or 5, depending on when it gets done or dealt with, will be a bonus episode that will sort of have to do with prepping for the next season, sort of, with special guest. Won't that be something? So that's something for you to look forward to, but to get to that, you gotta get through this one. So thank you for watching, that is watching and or listening, depending on if you use the YouTube version or if you listen to one of the many audio versions, all linked in the description, including Stitcher now if you use that. So for this week, we're talking about prepping oneself for the next season. Now, what am I talking about? Well, I am talking about the obvious, not, prepping one's body. Getting the old body ready, getting into ski shape, especially if you didn't do your beach body workouts. It might be time for you to do your mountain body workouts, just saying. But not only that, we're talking about prepping the mind. What does the mind have to do with it? I think you already know what the mind has to do with it, but we'll get into that in a little bit. We'll see where that goes. Before we go too far, though, since we are talking about prepping the body, prepping the mind, I'm going to throw some stuff out there for you to, my opinions or my thoughts or what I do or anything like that. And as I always say, when I do that, I am not a professional of any kind. We're talking about the body and mind today. I am not a trainer. I am not a psychologist. I am not a doctor. I am not a therapist. I'm not any of those. I'm not anything like that. I am not professional. I'm just a positive asshole who's telling you what I think I know. Kidding aside, not a professional. Listen to what I have to say, use it if you can, and then defer to a professional. To go beyond this, to actually use anything I say, or to do what you usually do, or do what you think is right. Defer to a professional, your doctor. If you're getting to a workout scene, go to your doctor. If you need help with the mind part, we'll get into that. We'll talk about professionals with that as well. But first, we're going to start with the easy one, the one we all know, the one we all do any old day of the week, or should be doing any old day of the week, is prepping the body, getting the body ready. The better shape the body, the more runs one can take while you're out there in the winter. And believe me, I'm starting to know it more now than ever. I just did a hike up Pico, which I will be skiing this winter, but I went hiking up it, came hiking down it, and I can still feel it. It is Tuesday afternoon. That was Sunday morning, and my legs are still shot. And when I say my legs, I mean all of my legs, including the parts of my legs we don't need to talk about. So, getting into shape, what do we need to do? What kind of workout and diet advice can I give you? Like I said, I'm not a professional, so I really can't give you any, but I can say this. Do what works for you. Do your research. See, that's the thing, I think, when most people start to work out, get ready. Do your research. Get into it, man. See what's out there. People talking about this diet works. Well, it didn't work for the next person, but their diet worked, but didn't work for the next person. Do the research, see what's out there. Keto and metabolism boosting diets, whatever it may be, or maybe you're good enough just to eat salads at lunch and that'll work for you. Whatever it may be, man, that's the one you got to do. Do your research, see what's out there, man. And then once you do that, once you do your research, stick with it. Persistence, my friends, that's what it really is all about, is persistence, discipline. Can you do it? Can you continue to do it? Can you be like me, who somehow lost all your willpower, persistence, stick-to-itiveness, and just can't keep it up? Now I have to. It's September 1st. I have to. Indy Pass came out today. I'm picking that up once I'm done dealing with this, editing and so forth, and posting, ready for tomorrow morning. Ski-Rex Media Podcast, now in its new season 2, available every Wednesday morning. now that now that the season is literally right around the corner, without a doubt, there's even snow popping up in places. It has to be done. Now, the willpower, but we'll get back into that with the mind part. The part right now we're talking about is the body and getting it ready. Know what you want to do and then do it. As I always say with everything, what's right for you is what's right. Keto doesn't always work for everybody. It's worked for me in the past. So, that's, I could recommend it, and I have. I've said, yeah, man, that's fine. In fact, I took it, a friend of mine and I took it keto plus, and it probably wasn't the safest thing in the world to do. I'm telling you, it was probably one of the more dangerous diets in the end if we were to ask a professional, which we did not do. We kind of made it up as we went along, but I'm telling you, don't do that. Defer to a professional. Talk to your doctor, a nutritionist, a trainer. Trainer is awesome. I loved working with a trainer. He knew how to do everything. So if I was doing it wrong, show me how to do it. And the benefits are wonderful when you're actually getting shown how to do something. Now working out and things like this, I say that's one of those things you can learn from YouTube. But if you really want to get better and you can afford it, get a trainer. Because I know trainers are expensive. Like I know. Like this, we knew this kid. That's why we were able to do it. Some friends of mine and we were all coworkers, and we did it with him, and it was wonderful. And I got into better shape at that time, really quickly. And I was just coming off an illness. Like I had been down for 2 months, lost a bunch of weight that I shouldn't have lost because I was sick, and I had no muscle mass either, and I couldn't even lift car seats, and it was terrible. So get yourself a trainer. Talk to a trainer if you can. Always talk to a professional if you can. If you can't, do your research and then do what works for you or what you think will work for you. There's tons of books out there about, like I said, keto diets and metabolism boosting diets. If you need a diet, what is that? Intermittent fasting, all that stuff. There's books, there's things, there's research. Do your research, find what works for you, and then use that. Do that. Now, not everybody needs the diet. I do. It is what it is. So, but sometimes you just need the workout to strengthen up that stuff. What do you need? Evaluate yourself. Be your own worst critic. All right, maybe that's going too far, because we are our own worst critics. Like all of us. Like nobody hates some of the stuff written by Ski Rex Media more than Tim from Ski Rex Media. So, and this is very similar. I take a look at myself in the mirror, figure out what I need to do, what I need to be done. And unfortunately, even though I am my own worst critic, I really need to do that work. Now, for me personally, it's all leg and core. And, that could be all you need. That gets used a lot in snow sports. Legs and core. That's always been most important for me. I've read places that say that is the most important part of being ready for skiing, whether it's recreational or competitive. Legs and core. And some people say just legs. Some people say just core. I've actually read that too, which is why you have to do the research. Talk to trainers. Talk to professionals who know what they're talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you what to look for and then how to find somebody. I might be able to tell you what's wrong with your car by listening to it, but you'll need to get it confirmed and maybe done by a professional. Same thing here. If you need the core, do the core. If you need the legs, do the legs. If you need upper body for whatever reason, do that, man. And again, do what you think is right. You can go get your gym membership, push-ups and rope skipping. That's what I do. Here, let me tell you this. This is my new routine. Part of it started today. I got back into yoga today. Now, let me tell you something, man. And I've done it before, so it's less of a learning curve, but it is tough. You do have to learn it. And again, it's one of those things, if you can learn it with someone who actually knows how to do it, it's going to be tons better for you. Tons better. But I tell people, once you get into it, once you learn it, once you establish that routine, and it's always about routine when you're working on yourself, man, yoga will turn back the clock. You will feel great. I was just talking to the guys from the Ski Bum podcast, Highfalutin Ski Bum podcast. Check that out. I was on their most recent episode 218, skibumpodcast.com. That link will be in the description. Again, never check the links or the description while you're driving if you're listening to the audio version in the car. Check that out. I don't remember if we were talking about that while we were recording or before or after, but we were all talking about how yoga is a wonderful thing. and it will do wonders. And I've just started doing it today, and let me tell you, it sucked. Definitely find a good place to do it. I was trying to do it with no mat on a wood floor. Holy shit, did that hurt? My knees hurt because just, on the wood floor, it's not cool. So get yourself prepared. Make sure your workout is comfortable. But I say do the yoga. One of my favorite things, over here on the back of this door, is hanging my jump rope, skipping rope, build up that cardio along with legs, along with core. I say cardio, because you're going to want to be able to breathe after all this. Believe me, man, I was hiking up that Pico Mountain out here in Vermont the other day on Sunday, and huffing and puffing because I need to work the lungs and the heart, get all that going, man. Keep that heart rate up. Do all of it. Now, if you notice, I'm very basic and very cheap. I'm not going to a gym, but I've done that. I'm not going to a trainer. I've done that. And again, I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but I do know what I need to do. And again, if I was doing these things with trainers, with people in person, it would be better, obviously, but I can do the work and get into the habit, get into the routine by myself, and done cheaply. Always look for the ways to cut cost, man. Beat them at their game. That's the bit about commercialism and capitalism. I fully agree with it, but I also know how to beat them at it too, in some things, not in everything. Like, I obviously can't do everything. I'm not a surgeon. I can't do my own surgery, but, before the winter's out, if I decide I do need the suspension done on my car, I can do it. So start small, start easy if you can't, get to a trainer, or if you don't have a good trainer in your town. I don't know. If you live in a ski town, believe me, you have a good trainer. That person makes a good amount of money doing that. Be ready. But again, that's the stuff I do. That's what I was talking about, is like, I'm doing the yoga. I've just started the yoga again. I'm going to keep doing that. Skipping rope, push-ups, simple indoor, no gym needed, no, getting out and running for 20 miles, getting on the bike and riding for 100 miles, although I am going to work my bike back into it. I do a little wrench turning on the bike too, but do that. And again, don't always think of it as a workout, man. If it's just your activity, that's good. If you're like, dude, I don't have time to do the workout, say, why not? Because I'm out playing basketball with my friends 2 times a week. I was like, well, that's your workout, bro. That's working everything you need. And that's also getting the balance and everything there. Play basketball. Keep moving. Keep active. That's basically what I'm getting at. I could have cut this whole section of the podcast down to one sentence. Just be active. Pick the way you want to do it the way you want to do it, be active. And if you need more, if you think you need more, as I said, talk to a pro, talk to a friend who actually knows what they're talking about, and get into it. And like I said, you can keep it easy. Like, I jump rope. I use a jump rope, dude. That's all. And it's friggin' awesome. Like, it is real work, which I didn't remember that from when I was a kid. That's the last time I jumped rope, skipping rope out front, just doing it. And it's real work, man. I mean, again, a little bit shot out here, and I get that, but it's still real work. I say do it. Work the body in the way you feel you can. What's safe, be safe. You don't want to blow yourself out before the season starts and not be able to play at all this season. Make sure you be careful. Be safe. And that isn't just for the body, but it's also for the mind. Now, what do we talk about when you prep the mind? Positivity over everything. Be as positive as you can. Now, this comes from someone who had to learn that lesson the hard way. Your boy, Tim from Ski Rex Media, has not always been the positive asshole. There was a time in my life where I was just the asshole, negative. And the positive asshole joke is it's a joke. It just got started the other day. It's about a week old. It will continue. But negativity, that will get you in the end. And we all know this. And the thing is you're starting to see it already. Like, there's a lot of people worrying about the season. What am I going to do? Am I going to be able to get out? Can I deal with the reservation systems? Can I deal with the COVID-19 stuff? And like I said last week, talking about that, was don't panic. Just don't panic. Take a deep breath, think it through. This is part of that. Good mental health, good mental positioning. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of, which is great for when you're talking to people. Don't worry and don't panic, and don't let the haters bring you down. I have already seen people hating on the next season. People are already hating. And I don't know how you can hate. I see it as the restricted season is at least a season. Like, we're going to get a season. That's the part that counts. And some things may open then close, and some things may close then open, or whatever it may be. But we're going to get a season. And that's what counts. Be positive. Look at the bright side. Glass half full. These kind of things. And I know it seems kind of silly. And I know maybe preaching the powers of positive thought aren't the greatest thing in the world. What's that dude's name? Tony Robbins. He's made billions doing it. So how wrong could I be? But be positive. And you know, we can take this to be mentally prepared. Like, be mentally prepared, because you know you're going into an ugly season or what may be. Masks, gloves, social distancing, reservations, parking restrictions, no lodging, all that shit. Rental shops having whatever rules they're going to have. All that. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Just be ready for it. Like, I know it's going to be a pain in the ass, so I'm just not going to let it affect me, which is not always easy, and I know that. Believe me, it is easy to get stressed. It is easy to get angry. It is easy to do all that stuff. The thing about it is, how do you deal with it? How do you react to it? How do you react to it? Take the deep breath. Walk away. I get biting someone's head off. I get the rush from it. See, a lot of people don't understand that about being angry. It's a rush. It's a power trip. How many nerds we got out there that watch that Star Wars? Anger. Yoda taught us anger was a way to the dark side. You know, that is fiction, and one should never cite fiction, but at the same time, it's very real. You can gain power from anger. Power from being impassioned and enraged. It's not a good power to have. It's really not the way to go. And that is part of the mental game. Be prepared. Know you're going into some bullshit, or what could be bullshit, and it won't be nearly as bad. Now, we can take that a step further. We can take that into mental health. You know, and again, not a professional. Just know what I know for the reasons that I know it, and that's it. But skiing and riding, just like any other activity we know, very physical, and physical activity is great for the mental health. So if you are down and you are feeling down and out, to put it simply, again, I'm not going to get into too much on that. We can another time. We absolutely can. But you have to know that, get up there. Because believe me, there are days where I was down and out, and just getting up to the top, taking that deep breath, looking out over the mountain before sending myself down it, I felt 100% better about who I am, what I've done, what I could do and will do. And it's a wonderful thing. And people agree with that all the time, but then that's any physical activity that someone really enjoys, really has a passion for. There's been a few of us who have been, you know, had our problems, and that's one of the ways we dealt with it. So being mentally prepared is one thing, and then getting there and using that to continue not only that mental preparedness, but that to really bring you up. It's a wonderful thing, because all you got to do is get through the lines. Oh, that's it. That's really what the season is. There's a way to mentally prepare yourself for the season that's coming with all the restrictions, reservations. All you got to do is get through that, get through the lines, get to the chair. And once you get off the chair at the top, it's all back to normal. It's all back to normal. Sure, there might not be as many people out there, but that's okay. Like, you know, I've skied weekdays. You know, I'm fine when I've skied little mountains. You know, there's nobody out there. That's fine. Ski nearly alone, not just going by myself, but having nobody around. I have biffs that nobody ever saw. They can't embrace it, neither can I, because no one ever saw it. It's fine. And I'm here to tell you that it's fine. You know, get into that frame of mind for a good season. Understand that part of the season being awesome is that we need to be in the right mindset for it to be awesome. Go into it awesome. Don't go into the negativity, and don't let anybody else's negativity bring you down. Don't let them do it. Be like, dude, I don't need it. I don't need to hear it. Just tell them. Do it nicely. But like, it's like, dude, don't be a hater. There's no need for it. Yes, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Okay. And I get it's hard. Again, I do. I react too. Like, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I am not saying I'm not going to beat a line. Something's going to go left. Something's going to go right. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And I might be like, really, asshole? I might too. But do your best. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to take the deep breath and be like, okay, just get me up the hill, whatever it takes. I don't care. Just get me up the hill. Does that make sense? Do you like? Because I wanted to try to get the positive outlook as part of a bit of mental conditioning, getting ready. And I think I started to mix points here, and I really didn't mean to. So you can ignore that whole part if you want. But the point was, be ready. Get ready, ignore the negativity, be positive, don't let it get you down. If winter is your thing and it's bringing you down hard, talk to somebody about it. It's perfectly fine. You're fine, and if you need to talk it out, and we'll get there and we'll get through it, and it's gonna be awesome. And don't panic. Like I said in the Corona episode, don't panic, okay? If for those of you who are watching the YouTube thing, yes, you just saw like this little gnat thing fly through, and I don't know where it came from or where it went. I hope you don't have to see it again. I don't know what the hell that was about. Anyway, good mental conditioning, good physical conditioning, things you already know. These are things you already know. If your season ended in March and you were kind of happy because your body hurt and you couldn't breathe, and it's like, damn, I'm not as young as I used to be. 100% understand it. Now is the time. Now, probably for those who are who have more discipline than someone like me, you're already ready to go. You were beach body ready, and then bummed out that the beaches were closed too for a good few months there. And now you're getting out on the beach and you're taking your shirt off and doing your flex game and shit like that, or you're in your cute bikini or whatever it may be. You're beach body ready. Awesome. Hold on to it, because the ski season's coming and your skis and your snowboards are waiting for you to get off the beach and get into there. But again, if you might have to tailor it now, you have to go to legs and core and cardio. You know what I mean? Am I making any sense here? Do you get it? Be physically prepared. Be mentally prepared. This is my reminder to you. That's really what this is. And again, the prepping series, I'm not telling you stuff you already don't know. You know it. I know you know it. I'm just throwing out reminders so you can say, son of a bitch, it is time. It is September 1st. This will go out on September 2nd. Mountains are planning to open in November. It's time to get her done and to go as full bore as you can. And again, you don't have to go super full bore. Like, tailor your mental and physical preparedness to what you're going to do. If you only plan on getting out twice this season, then you don't have to go as hard. If you are someone who can do mountaineering and backcountry, and you're good at that and skilled at that, and that's what you're going to do to get around these restrictions, and you're going to go every single day this year, you're probably already in the greatest shape in your life to do it anyway. But in case you're not, now's the time. In fact, if you look around, well, you see, like, if you follow the U.S. ski team, they've been putting up workout videos constantly because all their athletes are, hard into training, and they have to train like athletes because they're athletes, and then some of the other pro riders who aren't competitive athletes but other pro riders, they're getting in, and you see them in the gym and out on the trail and out on their bikes and running and doing whatever it is, just staying active, whatever works for them. And again, that's something you can see, and you can see that some, they're just tailoring their daily activities. Their regular fun recreational activities are part of their workout. And it's like what they say about jobs. If you find a job you like, you'll never work a day in your life. If you find a workout you like, you're never working out. You're just doing it, and that's what you need to do. And that's the same with the mental game as well. Whatever you do that you like, that keeps you up, that keeps you positive, man, get into it and do that. If it's blasting that heavy metal music into your ears for an hour or two a day, go for it. If it's doing Sudoku puzzles, do that. Whatever it may be, keep yourself positive. Talk to your friends. Do whatever it takes. Get ready. And again, this is one of those lessons that goes well beyond snow sports. Tim from Ski Rex Media, man, he tries to give you lessons that you could apply to real life beyond snow sports. Go ahead and do it anyway. Like, taking care of ourselves is something we should be doing anyway. And we let it go. We let life get in the way. People say, well, life gets in the way. Life doesn't get in the way unless you let it. Trust me on that. Now, I may not be a pro, and I say, defer to pros. on anything: doctors, therapists, psychologists, trainers, nutritionists, physical therapists, chiropractors, whatever it may be, instructors, whatever it may be. I may not be pro enough to confirm any of that, and they should do that part for you. I'm telling you right now, life doesn't get in the way. You let it get in the way. And when you let it get in the way, that becomes a problem. Take a look at yourself. I'm not saying be selfish. Take a look. What do you need? What do you need to do? What do you want to do? Balance what you want and what you need to do. I've talked about this, the difference between want and need. Take a sit down, meditate, breathe, figure it out, talk to your friends, get ready for that season. We were just talking about that, me and one of my friends, Trav from Ski Rex Media. We were doing a hike, as a matter of fact, talking about dieting, working out, what it takes. Are we going to be ready? Because we might go to big snow in October as long as it stays open. And with that, I think we'll close this one up because I think you understand the point. I don't have to tell you, like I said, I'm not giving tutorials, man. I'm just telling you what to take a look for. If you need legs, do legs. If you need core, do core. If you need cardio, that's me, do cardio and legs and core. And do it for yourself to feel good, not necessarily to look good. I made the beach body jokes. Do it to feel good, not to look good, because the look good is just if you're into your look, that's just a positive byproduct of feeling good. And it actually does make you feel good too. That's a whole thing. We can get into that another time. In any case, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Ski Rex Media podcast. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like anywhere that you can. Please subscribe everywhere that you can. Please follow the social media pages if you would. One of your choice, or any of the three, or all of the three: Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Ski Rex Media on all of them. Very easy to find. Links in the description. Like I said, subscribe everywhere you can, or follow everywhere you can. Merch shop sale, $15 t-shirts on regular t-shirts, and 10% off of everything in the merch shop. So check that one out. If you'd like to help press the name of Ski Rex Media and like a couple stickers of your very own, just tell me where to send them. You can DM me on any of the social media things, or send an email also down in the description. Right. That's what this episode was about anyway, taking care of yourself. And that's what I'm going to say to you. Please take care of yourself, and I will see you out there this winter. Or maybe I'll see you on the trails during the fall, or maybe I'll see you anywhere. I do not know, but thank you for watching, and I will check you all on the next one later.